It's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. Let's make a night. You won't remember. I'll be the one. You won't
What up? Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. It's your man Lord Enzo XXVI, aka Chris Enzo Live. And I'm sure that you guys are coming off a fantastic holiday season here. This video, we're going to teach you how to make over $10,000 a month using clips. You're going to enjoy the ride. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. It's your man Lord Enzo XXVI, aka Chris Enzo Live. I'm sure that you guys... Yep, seems like the volume's working. But let's let it warm up. Let's see who's watching. Welcome to the new subscribers. This channel has grown to 40 subscribers now. The other one has 725-ish. A million views about to cross on Lord Enzo XXVI. 70,000 already crossed on Chris Enzo Live. Know your numbers. I haven't cracked the code. I have not yet figured out how to get views. I can't possibly imagine how to jack those numbers up. I actually like this kind of dancing. I think it's cool. It's cool to watch. I don't do it myself. I think it's fun. Just can't figure out how to get more views. Bro. Can't even figure out how. Just how possibly. I wonder. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's hop over to the next side of this. Boom. Infinite Riz over here on TikTok. Let's go. Alright, so let's just jump straight into it, get to the point. Watch this. Bruv.
I pick up my phone to get started with my shift. Today I wanted to clip Neon's stream since he's been getting a lot of views recently. Day in the life of a $10,000 a month TikTok clipper. First thing I do when I get into my office is write out my daily goal. Today I wanted to hit 1 million views and make $1,000 at least. After that I go and sit at my desk and I pick up my phone to get started with my shift. Today I wanted to clip Neon's stream since he's been getting a lot of views recently. First thing I do is go to his YouTube channel and start screen recording his content. Then I crop it and take it into CapCut. After doing this I put some GTA gameplay at the bottom and use the auto caption subtitle tool to make some subtitles for me. Then I load up my TikTok page to see how much we made, and one of my videos yesterday has made $1,500. Great stuff.
Alright, so hopefully you guys are getting the point now, right? You're getting where I'm going with this. I'm literally going to teach you how to make $10,000 a month, literally cash in your pocket from social media into your account so you can take these clips and literally make money for the new year. Are you ready? Are you feeling what I'm saying? Is it making sense to you? I create the content. You have probably seen my shorts channel rise as of lately. I provide you already chopped up content. It's in the Telegram group. You take it, you post it. I teach you how to take the same video. For example, let's say that I have one video and the video is very motivational. You could take that video and you could put it to your audience and you could say that this video is going to be in the niche of peaches. And then you could take that same video and take that clip and put it in a whole different account for a whole different theme of profiles and call it apples. You can change the way the content is communicating what's being conveyed, make different themed out accounts, have different categories, and create different streams of cash through just clipping the content. This is an insane ride. You need to hop on the bandwagon right now before they beat this horse to death.
And welcome back to another video. In this quick sponsored guide, I'll be taking you through setting up an account on wop.com, as well as a couple of things you can do with it, such as a subscription service, much like you'd have a Patreon-only Discord and things like that. To go with Repti, pretty honest, Patreon, for example.
Never mind. I don't even know what that one is. Nope, not that one. Right there. We're going to do this one. It'll be even easier to understand. That one was taking too long. Boom. Let's go into... this one right here.
Money right now. Every single social media platform is literally begging. Short form content is making people a ridiculous amount of money right now. Every single social media platform is literally begging creators to move over to them and encouraging them to do so with a ton of money. This guy is making about $20,000 a month just editing and uploading videos to TikTok. This is because of a brand new feature called the Creativity Program Beta. If you don't have it in your country, don't click off because it could be coming soon and you need to prepare. This guy gives instructions and says you need to find viral clips, put GTA footage underneath, add captions, and bam, post it to TikTok. He makes it seem so easy. But how exactly do you find viral clips? In this video, I will show you how to find and download viral clips in any niche which have brought me in hundreds of thousands of views. If you think this is a lie, click off. If you don't, let's get right into it. Alright, so first things first, you need to download Glasp, which is a Google Chrome extension. Glasp automatically transcribes any
the
YouTube
Telegram
video.
channel.
Once you have that, head over to your favorite AI chatbot. I prefer Claude over ChatGPT. Once you're in there, I want you to enter this prompt, which I'll leave down in the description. For the purpose of this video, I'll be finding clips in the weightlifting niche. So, change enter niche to weightlifting, and I will say please, just in case the AIs try taking over the world, I'll be able to say that I said please and thank you when I was talking to them. This is going to provide me 20 keywords. Now, what you want to do is copy these over and put them in a Word document for future use. The next step is simple. Head over to YouTube and search for a podcast in your niche. Right, here you are, Bradley Martin and Rolly Coleman. I then click on the video. So as you can see over on the right hand side, that's where Glasp is. If I press the down arrow, it's going to bring up the transcript of the whole entire video. Alright, then I press Control F or Command F and it's going to bring up this search tab up here. I then go back over to the chatbot and I search technique first. I'll put that in the search bar. So technique is not mentioned in this podcast. And then go back over here and I'll put form. So as you can see, once I've typed in form, it highlights where it was said in the video and gives the timestamps which I can click on. So I'll click on that timestamp and listen. Alright, so that looks like a good clip. I then grab a notebook. Alright, so on the notebook, I write down the beginning of that clip and the end of that clip. So what you want to do is go through each keyword and search the whole video for every single one. You want to write down the beginning of the timestamp and the end timestamp. So with these timestamps, you want to copy the YouTube link and head over to a website called Streamable. It's completely free to sign up and it doesn't take that long. Once you sign up and you're on the dashboard, copy and paste your YouTube link into the top. And I'd recommend pausing the video because it's going to play. Then what you want to do is you want to enter your timestamp. So for me, it was 4:58 to 5:24. I then press create video. The video is then going to process. Once it's processed, you press copy link, you open up a new tab, paste the link, and you want to put DL after Streamable. This will then take you to this page here where you can download the clip in fairly high quality. And it's really that simple. Once you have the clip downloaded onto your laptop, you just need to edit it. If you want to see a tutorial on how to edit, comment edit in the description and I'll try and get one created. But for now, like, subscribe, check out the other videos on my channel and I'll catch you in the next one.
Alright, so look, we're doing clips, right? I'm gonna make your clips look good for a second here. Let's go back to the twerking video. And I'm gonna just make it look like a music video for you guys to start posting that
making
too.
people a ridiculous amount of money right now. Every single social media platform is literally begging creators to move over to them and encouraging them to do so with a ton of money. This guy
Ooh. Let's just do it. Clickbait in every title. Clickbait in every title. Every title. Don't carry too much cash on me now. Do as I say, not as I do. Alright, let's play around with the clickbait. Ready? Whoa! What? What's happening? Whoa! These are these are the reactions on shorts that would be the best for you to get like the views, right? What? People want to see a reaction and cash and women all at the same time. I think, you know, if I did that for like a minute there, that's like one good short. I'll clip this up for you guys. But shorts make money, boy. Oh my god, what? 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 Alright, now let's get back into how you do this, right? I'm having too much fun here. YouTube is too much fun, man. Alright, let's see. I'll actually let this video keep playing. Discord servers, you can do it that way, but like, oh, these kids are killing it in the game. Alright, here. Let me see.
beginner when I started. But with the new TikTok creativity program that just came out, 30 days ago I started this TikTok page from scratch, and now it's made me 10k. But guess what? I didn't even need to show my face, and I was a complete beginner when I started. But with the new TikTok creativity program that just came out, I was able to make $1 for every 1,000 views. And I'll be sharing step by step what I did to get to 10k in under 30 days. So this all began one day when I was scrolling through TikTok like we all do. But I wasn't just mindless scrolling, I was on a mission. A mission to find videos that were going viral on TikTok so I could find the perfect niche for my account.
So I'm noticing that a lot of people are just reposting clips from podcasts and streamers, and they just smack some GTA driving clip below it to cheat the algorithm. And I could do what everyone else is doing, but here's why I'm deciding
You can do that if you want.
Just think about it. If everyone and their mum was posting streamer clips, then why would anyone want to watch mine? Plus, the RPM for this is trash, and TikTok is probably going to patch it soon anyway. So we need to create something with more depth to it, while also being over 1 minute. Because in order to be eligible for the TikTok creativity program, your videos need to be over 1 minute long. And after scrolling through TikTok a little longer, I stumbled across a niche.
So I've been seeing a bunch of pages where they take interesting topics and turn them into educational videos, while also being entertaining at the same time. This page, for example, finds interesting stories about footballers.
So like I just said, you can take the same exact clip. If I give you a clip and it's in the Telegram group and you take that clip, you can literally use that clip in different niches. You can put the clip in the niche motivation of cash. You could put it in the niche of motivation. You could put it in the niche of fitness. You could put it in the niche of how to earn $10,000 a month, like this video is going to be titled. You could put it in the niche of, I think that one would be the best. Keep putting the how to earn $10,000 a month niche in the how to earn $10,000 a month clip. You can put it in so many different categories that is how you build a brand, and you're going to be getting consistent clips from me. Like right now, this video is already at 17 minutes in streaming, 17 minutes 30 seconds. That's already 17 clips I can give you if you're going to do the 1 minute clips. But there's 15-second clips, there's 30-second clips, and there's 1 minute clips, or 45. I can break that down for you in every single conceivable way. And the more that you have people doing this, or the more that you're doing this, the more that you're consistent, and the more people that are doing this, the better the algorithm recognizes it, exactly like how I was going to explain right now.
And turns them into engaging videos that really keep the viewer hooked. So we can try and do something similar here. And after browsing for a bit, I found a niche that gets a lot of views, but surprisingly doesn't have much competition on TikTok. Now, even though I want to share my niche with you guys, I have to keep it a secret for now. Just let me buy a house first, please. But the plan still works for other niches too. It's really the content strategy that matters here.
So here is the master plan. To reach 10,000 followers so I can join the creativity program and start making money. I see a lot of people claim that you should post 6 videos per day, but I'm going to try and do something a little different. I'm going to create 1 video per day so that I can focus on quality. But I'm not just posting any video and praying, there is a strategy behind it.
Now, although creativity is good, if you're too creative, you're going to waste a lot of time seeing what works and what doesn't. So I'm currently taking a look at my competitors to see what works for them.
I went to their profiles and sorted by most popular to see what was getting the most views. And I also looked at YouTube Shorts to see what was working there. Because if it's working on YouTube, then it will most likely work on TikTok. But we're not going to straight up copy it though. What we're doing is taking their idea which already works and using it as a foundation to make it even better.
So we have a list of video ideas right here, and this is where 80% of your time should be spent. Because even if your video is amazing, if the video sucks, then nobody's going to be interested in the first place.
So with my list of ideas at hand, it was now game time. I was ready to start putting the first video together following a 3-step simple process. And the first step to every viral TikTok is the hook. This is the first line of the video, and it is so important because it determines if the viewer keeps scrolling or if they stop and watch your video. And after the hook, the next part of the script is to follow up with an interesting story.
So I'm working on the script right now, and ChatGPT is frustrating to work with. I've noticed a lot of mistakes in the script that I want to change. Just know that you'll need to tweak the script to make it more simple and engaging for the viewer.
After messing with ChatGPT for a few hours, I got the script done, and the next step was to do the voiceover. And the weapon for that was 11 Labs, which I used to produce a natural sounding AI voiceover for the video.
You see all this work he has to go through? Literally all this work is going to be avoided for you guys because we've got top quality audio content right here. You're going to have the captions already captioned in this little black square right beneath me here. You're going to have a call to action constantly happening, always keeping your viewers engaged. And you're going to be able to just take the dialogue that I'm giving you in the Telegram group. This is a non-stop plan. I must really love you guys.
And that takes us to the final step, the editing. Now this part was very simple. I just added together some basic clips, snappy subtitles, and it was done. In about 2 hours, my first video was ready to take on the TikTok algorithm.
This is the start of something big. I'm a little nervous, but I'm about to post my first video.
And after uploading, all I could do was wait. A day went by and I finally checked my phone and I was met with 13 views.
Well, this is bad. My first video just completely flopped. I don't know if I can do this.
I started to doubt myself. Was it the content, the timing, or just bad luck? I've heard about accounts that just...
In all honesty, if that happens to you, it's just bullshit. Like, for example, they always put you in a test view of 200 people to test the content, right? If I do content with girls, sometimes it goes to 1,000 immediately. If I do content that's educational, sometimes it goes between 200, 700, and 800 immediately. If it has like funny stuff, it's always like that kind of, right? But when you start breaking the bigger numbers, when you start breaking the barriers, it's because you just were consistent, but you don't want to post too much. Like me, I've absolutely posted too much and killed the viewer counter to 0 because I don't want everybody to win. But in theory, it absolutely would work. I would not recommend posting more than 5 times a day per account. You can have as many accounts as you want. Think about that. You can have as many accounts as you want. Within reason, because you're going to have to put in your tax ID, you're going to have to put in your social security. You're going to have to figure that out on your own. But play the game, do it right. You'll figure out something, trust me.
Don't take off. So was I one of those? I'm not someone who sticks at something for long, so I had to make a choice. Do I give up or keep going? And spoiler alert, I kept going. After all, what did I have to lose?
So we are back at the drawing board. You think I'm just gonna give up after the first video? It's time for round 2. I'm gonna look through the list of video ideas I have right here and try something new. So here are the 3 rules that I'm following for this second video. Would anyone watch this even if they aren't interested in the topic? Can I write an intriguing hook to stop the viewer from scrolling? Is the video exciting enough that the viewer has to watch until the end? And if my video breaks any of these rules, I'll scrap the idea.
Well, after spending all day working on the video, it was getting late. So I published the video at 9 PM and went to bed, hoping for the best. And honestly, I wasn't expecting much. But when I woke up in the morning, I couldn't believe my eyes.
Guys, I just opened TikTok and I have 99 plus notifications blowing up my phone. And taking a look at my video, we're at 30,000 views. This is insane.
I was no longer stuck in the under 200 views club. And that video, it didn't stop at 30k views. By the end of the day, we had over 100k views. But I couldn't just sit back and enjoy the win. It was a sign to keep making more videos. And just like that, the ball was rolling. Each video I uploaded started to get traction. They got about 50 to 100k views in just one day. And that second video, it was only the beginning. 100k views turned into 1 million views. And it turns out it wasn't just a one-hit wonder. My page was gaining traction and fast. Views, likes, and comments, it was all happening. So fast forward to my 6th video, and by now I was getting the hang of this. I knew what my audience liked and I was all in. But the next video wasn't just a normal upload, it was one of my most successful videos to date.
3 million views. I don't know what to say. I couldn't have dreamed of getting this when I first started, let alone on my 6th video.
Yeah.
So by now I was officially a big page. I'd figured out a framework that worked for my content, and I was getting 100k on every upload, with the occasional video getting over 1 million views.
So the TikTok page is on a roll right now. But even though we're bringing in crazy views, what I really want to hit is that 10k follower mark.
So I got on my grind, and after 15 days of consistent uploads, it finally happened.
It's 5 AM right now, but I
15
can't sleep
days?
because I'm so
Holy
excited.
shit.
One of my videos is blowing up and I just reached 10k followers. And
Can you believe he had to work for 15 days? How did he survive? Oh my god.
I'm about to apply for the TikTok creativity program.
But just when I thought I was on the come up, something very bad happened. One of my videos that was blowing up got taken down by TikTok. And just like that, a video with 2 million views in less than 24 hours, gone.
I am absolutely gutted right now. I'm kind of worried this will impact my application to the TikTok creativity program. I was hoping that with this TikTok side hustle, I would have been able to quit my job. And boss, if you see this, please don't fire me just yet.
So I hit up TikTok appealing to get my video back, hoping for a miracle, but there was no luck. TikTok rejected my appeal. So there I was, thinking I hit the jackpot, and suddenly I was back to square one. Despite the setback with the video takedown, things were still going well. I got accepted into the TikTok creativity program, and let me tell you, waking up to the first day of earnings was something else. £387 in just one day. I couldn't believe it. My TikTok page wasn't just a page anymore, it was a money printing machine. And the best part? The numbers kept climbing. Within 2 days, I'd made over $1,000. And every video I posted was popping off, bringing in millions of views. And after a little over a week, I managed to make $5,000.
I feel so happy right now.
My advice, 5 a day per platform. 5. Trust me.
I don't even believe that this is real, especially how quickly it took me. This TikTok creativity program is no joke, guys.
But as you guys know, in life, when things are going well, there's always going to be something which takes you back to earth. Out of nowhere, it all came crashing down fast. My videos that used to rack up views like crazy suddenly didn't. I uploaded what I thought was another hit, but this time the views were shocking. I got 3,000 views in 12 hours. And that might sound okay, but compared to what I was getting, that's nothing. I thought it was a fluke, but the next video did awful too. And then it hit me. I was shadow banned.
It's been a few days now, and still, my videos aren't reaching my audience. I'm not exactly sure what the issue is, but I think it might be because I uploaded secret leaked footage. I might have to start over with a new account, because this one might be dead. But we'll stick with this for a bit longer and see what happens.
Always have multiple accounts if you're going to be in the niches. You know what I'm saying? Having a personal brand like the Chris Enzo Live brand is one thing, but if you're going to have like a category, for example, let's say that you went to Amazon and you were to pick those categories on the side, kitchen, hardware, sinks, tools, whatever. You need to pick a category, stick to the category, post in the category, and for your livelihood, I would suggest having multiple categories. Figure it out.
And just when I thought my TikTok journey hit a dead end with the shadow ban, things started to turn around. It wasn't instant, but after a few days of low views, things started to pick up again. Suddenly, my videos weren't just recovering, they were breaking records. We're talking 500,000 views every single video. And then, out of nowhere, one hit a staggering 3 million views. The followers kept pouring in too, and I breezed past 50k. But the most exciting part, hitting $10,000 in earnings. And I'm still uploading to this day. So earlier I mentioned that I looked at viral videos on YouTube Shorts to find ideas. And if you're not posting your TikToks on YouTube Shorts, then you're missing out on extra views. YouTube Shorts work a little differently though. So check out this video.
YouTube Shorts work a little bit differently. We could actually watch that. Snapchat works a little bit differently, and TikTok works a little bit differently. But first, we're gonna go back to the shufflers. Boom. I'm just kidding, bro. We're gonna go to Snapchat. Let's get to the cash.
one 7-second video on Snapchat is more than I have ever made in a single day, a single week, or a single
Snapchat,
month.
TikTok,
The video had
YouTube,
670,000
Instagram, sorta.
views, and I got paid about $1 per 10 views. Yes, that's right. From a 7-second video on Snapchat, I made $65,000. Now let's talk about what I did. A couple years ago, YouTube, Instagram, and Snapchat all came out with their own competitors for TikTok. They wanted to pay creators as well, so that they could get more people from TikTok to move over to their platforms. YouTube Shorts is paying about $200 for millions of views, which was not worth it at all. Instagram Reels was paying about anywhere from 8K to 36K a month, but only to select creators that were already most likely already making money, so that was very difficult to get into. But Snapchat was different. Snapchat really wanted new creators on Spotlight because they really wanted to take over TikTok, and they were willing to spend literally millions of dollars a day for this. And where were those millions of dollars going? Into the creators' pockets. And it's not just to big creators. Literally anybody could do it. All you have to do is just create a public profile and then you're good. Basically what Snapchat did is they were paying incentives.
Chris
They would
Enzo Live.
pull out $1 million to the top 10 most viewed videos of the day. So there were people with videos as low as like 40,000 views, sometimes getting paid hundreds or even thousands of dollars just because they were in the top 10 most viewed videos of the day. But that also means sometimes you could get a high amount of views, like over 1 million views, and get paid nothing if it's not in the top 10 videos for the day. But knowing what happened, paying $1 million a day meant that Snapchat actually ended up losing $300 million one year. So they started lowering it from millions per day to millions per week, and now millions per month. And this is why they came out with their Snapchat Premium thing, where you can pay money for stupid features that you don't need at all. Although that's the case, they are still paying money out to creators with viral videos. I personally know a couple people that are making over 6 figures from this as of right now, and there are still people who are getting paid over $250,000 for like 5 million views. So it's not the end of the world. You can still do it, but since there are more creators now, the chances are a little bit lower, but it's still worth a try if it's completely free and you have free time to do it. So like I said, it's very doable, but there are a lot more components to the equation now to get paid on Snapchat. If you really want to make it, here's what you need to know. First, you really want your video to have 170K views or more in the first 24 hours of posting.
Boom.
Next, the video needs a pretty good ratio of likes and
posting.
subscribers from the views. Third, it has to comply with the Snapchat community guidelines, which is pretty easy.
I cannot tell you how many people just don't have content or the time to make content. I'm giving you the content. Each and every one of these videos can and will go viral. All you have to do is take the content.
To do. And there are also weekly challenges. So if you do the weekly challenges and you add the hashtag, then there's a good chance that if you get the #1 spot, you can get paid $5, $10, $15, whatever, $1,000. I decided to retest this out because I did stop, and I managed to get like 1.5 million views in a week and 6,000 subscribers. Now I didn't get paid for any of these videos because I did violate the community guidelines, and I think that's what pushed me back, because I did have several videos get over 200,000 videos in just a day. But I did it to prove that it is still very, very doable, and I want to show you guys what I did to make videos blow up and how you can do it too. And worst case scenario, if you get a bunch of views and you don't get paid, there are still other ways to make money on Snapchat with the subscribers you get. Step 1, pick a niche. If you have one specific niche on your account, then the videos are going to perform a lot better. So if you want to post 2 different niches, make 2 different.
I have said this like 30 times, and I just want to make sure that you guys get it before I post the instructions. You can take one video and give it multiple titles, multiple niches, multiple areas. It's the easiest thing in the world to do.
Snapchat accounts for it. Step 2, create content. If you have a niche that you have a lot of things in your camera roll already, that's great. Use those in your camera roll. Now when you're posting videos from your camera roll, if you don't want to run out of content, here's what I did. Snapchat has bots that review the videos, and if they see a duplicate of a video, they're going to reject the second one you post or the third one you post. So to prevent the bots from detecting a duplicate video, all you have to do is just a couple basic things. Number 1, trim the video shorter. It can be a millisecond shorter, it can be a second shorter. Just trim it the best you can. Next, you can horizontally flip the video if there's not text on the screen that would go backwards. Third, you can add some filters to the video as well. Fourth, you can change the text on the video each time you post it. This is what I did, so instead of creating new content over and over and over, I had about 41 videos that I would just cycle through over and over because they were all slightly edited and the bots could not catch on to it. And with this, I was posting hundreds of times a day, and that sounds like a lot of work, but it really isn't, because I was a high schooler who had 7 elective classes in my senior year, so I had nothing else to do anyways. And by the way, when you're
Can you believe that? He had 7 elective classes.
posting, 40 plus different videos over and over in the same cycle, Snapchat may catch on to it. So try to just switch up the order every now and then. And then after you have posted like several different edited versions of a video, you could probably post the original again and start back over. Now, there's something you can do where you post other people's content and you make money from it because nobody actually owns it and it's not copyrighted. So what you can do is you can go on YouTube Creative Commons and you can search up whatever video fits with your niche, and there's going to be a ton of videos that pop up, and you can save those to your camera roll and literally just post those to Snapchat. Another thing that you can do is there are accounts on TikTok that post non-copyrighted videos. They basically get millions of followers off of this sort of stuff, and you just save their video using ssstic.io, and after that you just crop out their face in the beginning, and boom, now you have yourself some more content. Another thing that you can do to post really basic videos and come up with unlimited content is by creating these videos with a stock background video and you put a quote over it of some sort. So let's say your niche is business. Now this isn't going to be the biggest niche on Snapchat really, but I'm just using this for an example. So you want a quote that will have 2 different parts to it, like a part 1 and then a pause and then a part 2 to the quote. You can go online and search business quotes, or you can go on Pinterest and look for business quotes again, or motivational quotes, whatever, stuff like that. Or you can use AI to type some for you as well. One thing I really like about using AI for it is you can actually ask AI to type it in the form of a table, so you can have the theme, first part, second part, and then it'll list you a whole bunch. Now I suggest doing about 30 at a time, otherwise it'll start to repeat the same ones. So have it type 30, then another 30, then another 30, so on and so forth. Next you want to take the table from ChatGPT and you want to copy and paste it into Excel, and along with all the other quotes that you find, copy and paste those into Excel as well. And just like I said before,
And if you don't want to do any of that shit, just go to my Telegram group and you'll have the easiest life whatsoever.
Have a theme, first part, second part, and then you should be good to go. Next, you're going to go to Canva and you're going to select mobile video. Now there's going to be a whole bunch of different templates. You can look through all of those to see which one works the best, or you can search quotes and it'll give you some more like quote templates, I guess. So next you just want to pick the one that grabs your attention the most, the one you like the most, that appeals to you, whatever. Then what you're going to do is go to the Excel spreadsheet, copy the theme of the video, put it in a top text block. Then you're going to copy the first part and put it in the bottom text block. Now take the lower text block, you're going to copy it and paste it and drag the new one below it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go back to your Excel spreadsheet, copy the second half of the quote, part 2, and you're going to paste that into the lower text block that you just made. Also, you can remove animations. Those are unnecessary. This isn't like a middle school PowerPoint. Next, you want to click show timing, and then from there you can edit when the text goes in and all that sort of stuff. What I typically do is you have the first 6 to 9 seconds show the first part of the quote, and then there's about a second of blank space with no quote. Then the last second and a half is the second part of the quote. Now you want to make it short so that people won't be able to read it all, and then they have to replay the video to watch it. That'll spike up your views and everything like that. After the first video is made, go to bulk create and then enter data manually. Clear all data and then copy and paste the first 30 rows from your Excel spreadsheet into this.
Alright, so this is great. You're gonna have fun doing that, but I really also want you guys to see this next one here. Tell me that you're sorry. Not this one. What is this? How? We're gonna watch that too, but here. This one. Let's go.
Snapchat. Now, I've made over $500,000 at 15 years old in just the last 6 months. And it wasn't through getting this. I simply just used Snapchat. Now, most of you probably still think that Snapchat's only feature is to send streaks to your friends, but that's simply not the case anymore. When I tell you hundreds of people are literally making bank with Snap, and I'm talking 6 figs a month. People like David Dobrik have even hopped onto the platform and are now allegedly making over $130,000 a day. It's actually insane. Now, a lot of you are going to be questioning how this is even possible. There's actually 2 ways to make all this money using the platform, and that's by doing stories and Snapchos. Now, those 2 are completely different things, so we kind of have to take a deep dive into them individually. Stories are kind of like what you see on Instagram when you're scrolling through your feed, looking at your friend flexing their rented Rolex and fake Lambos, and Snapchat have basically copy-pasted this onto their platform and are paying creators insane amount of money to use them. David Dobrik isn't even the only one utilizing this. There's like a group of 100 to 200 people that have specific deals with the platform, making well over $1 million a month. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't famous enough to get this at the time, so I had to settle for the more brokey option, which was doing a show. You're fucking poor! A show is more like a YouTube channel, but in 3-minute vertical form. I started this back in January and kind of made a new niche on the platform. I would make news on whatever was going on the internet, so like Aiden Ross, Andrew Tate, when he was in his prime Hustlers University phase, I would literally wake up to 2 million views, 3 million views every day, just raking in the dough. But obviously everything comes to an end, so I had to switch the trend. All I would do was just scroll on Twitter, see what was popping, and if I found a story interesting, I'd just make a video on it that day. Now, this was great and all, but I unfortunately didn't get into Snapchat's Prime because last year they were paying people upwards of $150K for 15-second videos. Yes, you heard that right. $150,000 for a 15-second video is what people used to be getting paid back in the day. And whilst I was still sitting playing Minecraft on my computer, these people were raking in millions of dollars, but at least I hopped on the trend before it died. But Snapchat isn't even the only thing I do anymore. Now I'm gonna take you into a deep dive of how I run my business. Alright, so once I've woken up, eaten my breakfast, and feeling energized for the day, I hop onto my computer and I get ready to work. Basically, I'm going to run you through my Snapchat dashboard and how I go about making my videos every single day to rake in this dough. As you can see here, it looks very complicated from the looks of it, but it's really not. Here are all my videos structured in a row, and these are the videos I post on a day-to-day basis. Now, you can kind of see some funny thumbnails here, and that's because I rely on making news videos to entertain the mass 13-year-old Andrew Tate fans. As you can see, a bunch of my thumbnails consist of Andrew Tate and the Gorlock's Destroyer, quite literally. Not gonna lie, if I was 18, I might be into her. But anyways, on a more serious note, if we go to this video, for example, you can see I have the stats of it, which is pretty good, and I come here to analyze my content every day, see what's working and see what isn't. I will have my employees create the thumbnails for these videos, title them, and then we go ahead and post them. And with a snap of my fingers, you can see we are now on a different dashboard, and this one will have completely different content.
I really like how smart this guy is. I too have employees. Therefore, I knight you, Lord.
Because it's in a different niche. Obviously, Andrew Tate still seeps through here because he's just too good for views. But realistically, we'll cover sports, rap, news, anything that's entertaining in the world. But now I'm going to show you some of the more spicy stuff, which is the revenue and the amount of views that I've made on just one of my channels. Alright, so I'm going to put this to just January to show you kind of how I was running it. Mind you, there's seasonal months in news shows because sometimes more things happen than not. And as you can see in January specifically, we were raking in millions of views every day. Apart from these 2 days, we don't talk about those. But on one specific day, we got almost 4 million views, and I'm not going to tell you exactly how much that made us. You can kind of guess for yourself, but I will show you my revenue for that month now. Now, if we go to January alone, you can see that we raked in a very nice and sweet 632,000 Robux for this month. Now, obviously, I do not keep all of this change because I have my boy that I split it with and many other costs that you have to keep in factor. But just to give you an idea of kind of what I did at 15, it's right here. And mind you, this is only on one channel in 1 month. To be honest with you, though, this took a lot of grinding to get to. We had to work every day. I would literally stay up until 8-9 a.m. and miss school to get our videos out when we didn't have employees at the time. So it was a very stressful job, but I really enjoyed doing it looking back on it now. But now we're going to switch completely over to YouTube, which is a different platform that I've made some of my money on. I don't really use this account specifically anymore. I run many others, but this is just to give you an idea of what I did at the time. So in specific, this channel has 410 million views, and I raked in a very nice $20,000 in its existence, which also doesn't seem like a lot, but you have to remember this channel specifically was shorts. And I'm not gonna lie, for someone at 15 years old, that was a pretty nice sum to hold in my bank.
If you can't load and upload, if you can't upload a YouTube video short in the year 2023, I'm sorry, but you should close your laptop right now or turn off your computer and just go outside and wander the forest, because that is your new life. If you can post YouTube shorts, no matter the size of your audience, big or small, and grow your brand to be as big as you want it to be, there's a huge future for you right here.
but obviously we moved on to bigger and better things. But this is just to show you that you're pretty much right around the corner from seeing a glimpse of success, because I tried one thing, which was YouTube, wasn't that hard, made a bit of money onto it and transitioned over to something else. And it even got me this plaque, which I can't complain about, it's pretty sexy. But if you rewind it back a bit, when I was 12 during quarantine, I would literally edit and design for people, and I got my bread up for a while, but I kind of hit a roadblock when I realized that I had to learn the skill myself. And you guys may be very confused by that, but let me explain. I literally never learned how to edit or design while selling these skills, and the reason was because I would literally outsource all of this to Fiverr. And yes, that sounds crazy, but I got my bread up, I'm not gonna lie. But then I hit the roadblock, which was to actually have to learn these skills to get to the next level, and that's when I really started to lock in. At 12 or 13, my peak was like 5.
So I actually have the skills. I've gained them over years. So that makes my life a lot easier when it comes to knowing what's going on or knowing how to communicate with people. This is a kid, so to see him already figure this out and you haven't, I'm trying to help you.
$1,000 a month, which is insane looking back at it now, and a lot of people think it's not possible, but bro, I literally did it. And the funny story is that the person I'm doing my Snapchat and YouTube with now is one of the clients I used to edit for back when I was 12. But I guess Drake was right when he said everything comes full circle.
Everything come full circle.
And that's why I started YouTube back in November and Snapchat in January, and that's where everything basically took off. It was an insane trajectory starting from basically here, very limp, and then a quick spike up, which basically takes you to where I am now. I'm not gonna lie, making business online is very overhyped and seems a lot more complicated than it actually is. All you need is some common knowledge and some YouTube videos around you, and you'll make it work. I did at 15 years old with not much in there, so I'm sure a lot of you more intellectual folks could make it happen. And I want you guys to realize that everything that I've showed you in this video was basically started only 6 months ago, although I have been working on social media for much longer. It really doesn't take that much time to find your success. It can kind of come out of nowhere. In reality, if you had told me that I would have had everything I have now like 2 years ago, I really would have thought you're crazy, but look at where we are now. I have a lot of crazy ideas that I'm going to be pumping out on this channel.
Time for a little bit more viral content. How are we gonna get it to go viral, guys? I can't even comprehend. Now we're gonna do YouTube Shorts.
How much I can make with a brand new
Remember him?
monetized channel. I have just uploaded the first 3 videos. So it's been about 3 hours since the first bunch of shorts went up, and we
Let's
are already
go.
seeing big results. Well, I wouldn't say too big, but we have 2,300 real time and 1,300 last 60 minutes. I want to be seeing 1 million on here by the end of the challenge. I'm going to be uploading 3 shorts a day for the entire week to see if you can make a living off uploading shorts.
And I'm recommending 5. If we cut up this 1 hour video and you post it 5 times a day, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, that right there is 12 days, bro. You can't post for 12 days. Come on, bro.
Type of shots that I'll be uploading is short clips of animals with an added voiceover and editing that tells a story. I think going with these types of videos gives us the best chance of going viral, as I'm sure you've watched a video of a cute dog before in your life. So it's day 2, the shorts from yesterday getting no views anymore, and the 3 shorts that I just uploaded have all flopped. So it's not looking good. I've just checked my real time, and the shorts that I thought had flopped earlier have shot up in views. We have 10,000 on real time last 48 hours. Day 3 was quite like the previous couple days. I uploaded the shorts and they got a couple thousand views between them, but I really needed to get this big blow up video if I wanted to see any results with this.
You know what? That actually just reminded me. Oh, wait, whoa. Okay.
this challenge at all.
So it's day 4 and things seem to be going pretty well so far. We have 14,000 views and 34 cents ad revenue. I think only 1 or 2 have flopped, the rest have actually...
I was actually going to say this reminds me of something. Andrew Tate basically has this saying that goes like this. Actually, hold on, let me play this first and I'll tell you.
She picked up some traction, but they seem to be capping at about this 2,000 mark. And the shorts RPM, which is how much you get per 1,000 views, has came in, and it is 0.03 cents. So that means from 10,000 views, I am getting 30 cents. Our newest short is really picking up in views. I can sense that a blow up video is coming.
I'd say each short was taking me about 20 minutes total to make. The process was easy. I'd go on Twitter and find an animal clip that...
Okay, so when you're posting content, think about the content that you consume. Think about when you go to the computer and you go to YouTube or TikTok and you type something in, not what was presented there for you from the algorithm, or maybe what's being presented to you. What do you search for? What you search for is most likely what other people search for. What I was saying about Andrew Tate is that he was saying he would go to, let's say, a casino and coffee, Starbucks was nearby, but he said, you know what I'll do is I'll have a cute little girl and serve free coffee so you can come gambling. You got to think, okay, well, you have to pay for coffee there, but coffee is free here, so we gamble more. Duh. Free coffee, turn that into a huge, larger revenue because you're being competitive. Think about what people are searching for. Give them this content, but give it to them in a different way that solves a problem immediately. Think about what people are searching for.
that was getting lots of engagement. Make a quick voiceover, then add some subtitles and music in editing. You really don't need much time to do shorts.
So it's day 5 and we've only got 2 days after today to make something of the challenge. All the shorts seem to be doing terrible. I thought that I would have had one that would have at least done decent by now, but we haven't got one that's got over 5k views. And with the short RPM so low, we might not even make $1 with this challenge. I need to think my strategy because we don't have long left for this challenge.
So I thought things didn't go too well in day 5. Well, let me tell you, things went from bad to worse in day 6.
So we literally have 0 views on the real time last 60 minutes now. I've made the decision to not upload a single short today to try and let the other shorts pick up some traction. I'm going to spend the whole day planning the last 3 shorts so we can try and blow up on the last day. I'm going to take what's worked so far and double down on it. So I'm going to focus on telling stories with the shorts and trying to use viral clips. The final 3 shorts are about to go right now.
With only about 12 hours left to go viral with my channel, my only option was to sit and wait. I had uploaded all my videos and I just had to hope that one would blow up.
The shorts have been up for a couple hours now and they all have 0 views. This hasn't happened at all throughout the challenge so far, so it's super weird for it to happen on the last day. If these don't pick up in the last few hours, then it'll be very bad for the challenge. We just have to hope.
So it's time for the results. I'm going on YouTube Studio right now. So as you can see, throughout February when we were uploading, we got 23,811 total views. I wanted to do better with this, but this is what we got in 7 days. It's quite a short period of time, and with shorts you're only going to pick up traction, so as you upload more you're going to see better results. And now for the revenue. Our RPM for every 1,000 views we got on shorts was 0.03 cents. And this is pretty bad. The total amount of revenue we made in 7 days was 80 cents.
Okay, well, that was interesting, but just keep being consistent is the main takeaway there. All right, cool. Now let's take a look at this one.
Show, and in today's video I'll be showing you guys how to do the exact. This 15-year-old became a millionaire by creating a faceless Snapchat show, and in today's video I'll be showing you guys how to do the exact same thing. Now if there's any video of mine that I recommend you guys watch the entire way through, it is this one, because the method of creating your own Snapchat show is so much different than uploading videos on TikTok, YouTube, and any other social media platform really.
This actually reminds me of a kid named Logan Miller. If you know who Logan Miller is, I met him at a mall, him doing his thing. He has a Snapchat show called Viral. He actually kind of like taught me about that, told me about it. That was like the first time I'm hearing like, oh, they do shows now. That was hilarious. I'll talk more about that later.
Process isn't as simple as just creating an account and uploading your first video. There is a process you have to go to, but I'll be making it very easy.
It's not called Viral. It's called Valid. If you see him in every time he does a TikTok, he'll ask a question and be like, "That's valid," because his Snapchat show is called Valid.
Easy to understand, so make sure you do watch the whole video all the way through. So if you thought YouTube or TikTok was the best social media platform to create your content on to earn the most revenue, you would be surprisingly wrong, because it's actually Snapchat. Now don't get me wrong, the ceiling is much higher on platforms like YouTube and TikTok just because there's a lot more users. However, that also means there is a lot more competition, and this is why I think Snap shows are actually the most lucrative way to earn money when it comes to content creation. It's not something a lot of creators talk about, and regrettably, it's something I wish I got into a lot sooner, as the payouts a couple years back used to be absolutely ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, they still pay very well on the platform, but there's rumors that David Dobrik at one point was earning over $150,000 a day just from posting Snapchat pictures and videos. Now don't get me wrong, I always knew David Dobrik was making bank on Snapchat, but I always assumed that it was only for popular celebrities or big influencers to make money, because they already had an audience that they could leverage on the platform.
Right, so David Dobrik is the same celebrity as the rest of them. He doesn't look like he's a celebrity. He looks like he's a YouTuber. That's all bullshit. So this kid is little not getting it, but you can do it too. Trust me.
And earn ad revenue, but I was completely wrong, as Snapchat shows are open to anyone who has a fantastic idea, and you don't even need to show your face, which is the best part about it. Now before I get into how to create your own Snapchat show, we first got to distinguish the difference between being a Snap creator and having your own Snapchat show, because the two seem to get mixed up all the time, and I just want to make sure that difference is absolutely clear before we head on to the next section of this video. So a Snapchat creator is someone who posts on their Snapchat story, and they'll usually post from like 50 to 100 photos or videos of their day. Usually these photos and videos are completely low effort, like they'll literally see something, take a picture and post it on their story and not worry about it at all. These creators make a ton of money, but the problem with Snapchat stories is that you need an already big audience on another social media platform to advertise your Snapchat, so people add you on Snapchat, view your story, and then they can earn ad revenue as a creator. And keep in mind, in order to make a ton of money by just posting stories, you need to have a massive audience, and I'm just assuming if you're watching this video, you don't have that yet. However, that is why Snap shows are incredibly lucrative, because you don't need a massive audience to onboard onto Snapchat in order to grow and make money. So Snap shows, if you don't know, are those clickbaity videos and thumbnails you see on the right side of your Snapchat app. The stories usually range from like 3 to 5 minutes and are filled with ads, which is one of the main reasons why it's so lucrative. But if you've ever watched a Snapchat show, usually the storyline or the script is pretty decent, but the rest of the show is not that crazy to edit. I feel like if you have beginner to intermediate editing skills and just really good scripting skills, making a Snap show is so easy. Literally go on your Snapchat right now and look at the stories and tell me you couldn't make over half of those easily in a couple of hours. Now, another really nice thing about Snapchat shows is that there's really no interaction when it comes to people commenting on your posts, because they just can't comment on Snapchat shows. Sure, they can give it a like, but nobody can even see the likes on the consumer's end, so does it really matter? That's probably why there's so much clickbait garbage when it comes to Snapchat shows, because there's no negative comments to steer people away from not watching the video. Another really nice thing about Snapchat shows is the CPMs of the shows, because there's so many ads placed on them, are absolutely ridiculous. I'm talking about CPMs as high as $7 to $15, which is amazing compared to platforms like TikTok, which usually pays like $1 CPM, and even YouTube, which pays sometimes even lower depending on the niche. So getting that $7 to $15 CPM is massive. So let's say your CPM is $15 and you got 100,000 views in a day, which keep in mind is very easy to attain on Snapchat. That is $1,500 a day just from Snapchat ad revenue, and keep in mind that's only 100,000 views. So I know I already stated it, but yes, Snapchat shows
Cost per mile. Interesting. I never even looked it up, but check this out. The formula to calculate CPM is budget divided by impressions multiplied 1,000. Let's say your budget is 3,000 and you want to make 200,000 impressions. Using the formula, divided 3,000 by 200,000 to get 0.015 multiplied by 1,000, and your cost per mile is $15. So just get more cash. Get more cash. That's the main takeaway here.
Alrighty, so now you guys understand Snapchat shows so a day, which keep in mind is very easy to attain on Snapchat. That is $1,500 a day just from Snapchat ad revenue, and keep in mind that's only 100,000 views. So I know I already stated it, but yes, Snapchat shows are absolutely lucrative as hell. Alrighty, so now you guys understand Snapchat shows, so let's get into how you can actually apply your own show or idea. But before we get into that, I gotta shout out the sponsor of today's video, which is Veed.io. Veed is a fantastic editing program that makes editing for beginners incredibly easy. Their software has all the features you would need to create a YouTube video, TikTok, or even, hey, a Snapchat show like we're talking about in today's video. And the best part is it can be done all online. This means if you don't want to, you don't even have to download anything to your computer, and you can make a full-length Snapchat show like we're doing in today's video. So if you're into content creation, the first link down below will be Veed, and you can go and even try out their free version if you want, just to test it out. And if you enjoy it a lot, you can always upgrade down the line. But yeah, huge shout out to Veed for sponsoring the video. But let's head over to the next segment on where I'm going to show you how you can apply your Snapchat show or idea.
Alrighty, so now that we're on the computer, if there's any part to not skip, it's this part of the video. Please, for the love of God, do not skip over anything I'm about to tell you, because the information I'm going to tell you is how you are going to get your show on Snapchat and how you're going to make money. This process is not as simple as YouTube or TikTok. Like I was stating earlier, you can't just make an account and start uploading videos. There's literally no upload option on Snapchat shows given to every single creator that wants to join. It's a complex process that's very hard to get into, and it's one of the main reasons Snapchat show creators make so much money is because the competition is so low. Only a select amount of people are allowed to create Snapchat shows, and today I'll be showing you guys how you can get your show in by answering these forms properly. So there's currently two ways of getting a Snapchat show, and the first way is getting an agent. If you don't know what an agent is, all it is someone who has a connection at Snapchat that can get your show streamlined so that you don't have to go through the partner pitch process, which is very hard to get your Snapchat show pitched, even if you have a fantastic idea. So I always recommend going the agent route. This even worked back in the day the same way for Twitter. I remember I needed to get a connection if I wanted to get verified on Twitter. It was basically someone who knew someone else at Twitter that could get you verified for a price. I believe it was like $10,000 back in the day. But keep in mind, Twitter verifications used to be the end all be all. If you had a verification, you could literally message any celebrity or influencer. It held massive power. So being $10,000, I actually thought was priced pretty reasonably. We're getting a little bit off track here. That example was just to showcase the similarities with Snapchat agents. All it is someone who has a connection with Snapchat who can get your show streamlined. So down below, I'll have two links to two different forms, and make sure you are paying attention because both forms are different but the same. So the first form is going to be the agent form, and this is an agent that I got in contact with that has connections with Snapchat, and they're going to help you get your show streamlined to the platform. But do keep in mind they're obviously going to be taking a cut, but it makes sense because they're going to be helping you out, just like any other agent works, even in like sports. If you're into sports, it works basically the same way. Now, it's very important when you're filling out this form that your Snapchat show idea has to be unique. Go on Snapchat right now, see what is trending, what's doing well, and see if there's anything that you could create a spin on or just some unique idea that you're not seeing currently as a Snapchat show. Obviously, this agent is getting pitched ideas every single day, and if you just bring something generic to the table or an idea that probably won't get a lot of views, you most likely won't get a response. So
personally, there is an infinite amount of shows that you can make. Anything that adds value to somebody's life. Everything adds value to somebody's life. For example, here's a watch. You can make a show about watches and how the watch adds value to somebody's life. Here is a Rubik's Cube. You can make a show about how a Rubik's Cube is so fun to solve. The documentary on where the Rubik's Cube comes from. Why you should get a Rubik's Cube sponsorship and keep explaining to people why they need to completely solve the Rubik's Cube. You can make a show about Lamborghinis and how everybody loves Lamborghinis and why you should stay tuned to the new electric Lamborghini or the new gasoline Lamborghini. You can make a show about the best headphones and what makes you a DJ and why headphones are the absolute best headphone. Like, coming up with a show is the absolute easiest thing to do. You just have to be dedicated to it.
really think long and hard about the Snapchat show that you have in mind. And if it's a fantastic idea, 100% apply. Additionally, if it's proven success on other social media platforms, this is massive as well. And it means it's obviously a great idea. So apply that as well. Alrighty, so let's get into the form and how to best submit it so you have the best chance of getting your Snapchat show approved. So obviously enter email, enter your first and last name, then enter in the Snapchat show. Keep in mind, if you don't have a Snapchat show, just enter something that comes to your mind right now, and later down the line, it could change. Right now, I'm in the process of getting my own Snapchat show approved with this specific agent that we're working with, and the original name I submitted, they didn't like it or they didn't want to run with it, so that's okay, but I'm going to have to draft up some new names. So keep in mind, even if you enter a name here that you think is going to be your show, it might not end up being the show name if you do end up getting accepted. Alrighty, next is going to be the Snapchat show idea. Now keep it very short and sweet for your Snap show idea, as when you link to your concept example, that's going to matter way more than the description of your show. Do more showing than telling. So I'm going to keep mine simple. Creepy 911 calls. Keep in mind, this is just an example. I don't know how original really that idea is. It's just to show an example for you guys on what you can put in. Now, the next thing is actually going to be really important. It's where will your clips be sourced? Don't just put a simple answer like, oh, I'll Google it or something stupid. You'll never get accepted. The reason for this is because this agent wants to ensure that there'll be multiple seasons of your show and multiple episodes, basically meaning it won't be a one-off show where you have one good episode and then the rest of the episodes are trash because you can't have a good source for your clips. So I'd recommend to try not to put like Google or Twitter or Instagram to source your clips, as that's not a reliable source. Instead, try and find the original website. For example, the 911 calls. I guarantee you there is some website out there that has a data record of a bunch of 911 calls, which would be a reliable source on where I'm going to get my footage or my audio or my videos. So obviously, the better source that you have to get content, the more likely you'll get your show accepted. And finally, the most important thing to fill out here is linking concept examples of your show. So what I would recommend doing is going onto Snapchat right now on your phone and looking at the shows, see how they're formatted, and then create your show idea in this exact same format. Make a 2 to 3 minute video. It doesn't have to be the full length of 5 minutes, literally just the concept. So make a 2 to 3 minute pilot of your best episode idea. Make sure it's edited extremely well, edited exactly how it'd be edited on the Snapchat shows. So it gives the agent a fantastic idea of what your Snapchat show is going to look like, sound like, the hooks it's going to have. Just make sure this pilot is edited and as entertaining as possible, as this concept example is basically going to be the main decider if you get accepted or not. And once you have that concept example uploaded, you can put it on YouTube. You could just post it as unlisted. Does not matter. You can submit this form and you are completely done with the first form, but don't go anywhere because you also want to submit this form right here. So this is going to be the Snap Content Partner Pitch form, and this is directly from Snapchat, but I'd argue you probably have a lesser chance of getting accepted interested going this route.
Yo, if we have a live viewer right now, go ahead and throw a comment in the chat so I know who you are so I can shout you out right here, right now. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go.
Than the first form. The reason is because this form is getting hundreds upon hundreds of applicants a day. And if your Snapchat show idea isn't incredibly unique, the chances that you get in through this form is highly unlikely. You really have to have a fantastic idea to even be considered. And honestly, most show ideas have already been done, which is why I'd recommend definitely filling out the first form as well. So the information you need to submit is pretty on par with the first one. Email, first and last name. You have to add your Snapchat username, a business name. If you don't have one, just add your legal name, as well as here, if you don't have a business address, just do your home address. Country, don't need to explain that. And then similarly to the first form, you want to link concept examples of your Snapchat show. So just like the first form, submit a pilot episode that's around like 2 to 3 minutes long, that's edited incredibly well with a fantastic script that has a hook. And you can even link the exact same pilot episode that you linked in the first form. Then it's going to ask you to link to websites and YouTube channels, TikTok channels. Make sure to not link your personal Instagram or your personal TikTok. Link the Instagram or TikTok that you're currently posting content on.
Fun fact, as far as I'm concerned, I don't even have social media. This is work.
That revolves around your show idea. And if you don't already have content posted on social media platforms for your show idea, I highly recommend you guys start doing that, because if you start getting traction on other social media platforms, Snapchat is going to see this when they review this form, see that it's getting traction on other social media platforms, and then you're going to have a higher chance of your show getting picked up for Snapchat shows. Finally, you just have to agree to the submission release. And yeah, that is how you submit both forms to potentially get your Snapchat show accepted so you can start making
inspirational, because I have two of the youngest hustlers I've ever met making absurd amount.
All right, this is insane, and this is cool, and this is dope. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up. We're going to look at that podcast in a separate set of videos on how to make over $10,000 a month. And this one, we're going to end this one now. I'm going to cut this up. It's going to go in Telegram. All you have to do is post it and make unlimited money. Stay tuned. Let's go.